got early chapters this week, so I got to get the theory out a little bit earlier. I'm probably going to do the fan translation chapter this week just because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be busy on Friday, so I wouldn't be able to do it until Saturday. So hopefully the fan translation comes out either Wednesday or Thursday. But anyway, let's get into my predictions for this chapter. So the last chapter already completely went in a direction that I didn't expect, like with Megicula taking over and getting some talking conversation from her. I was hoping for like a captured Vonica and we get like a Hannibal Lecter style like situation going. But instead we've got her breaking out and stuff isn't looking good for anybody. There's three ways that I can see this going in the next chapter. Three ways. I mean, it could easily go completely unpredicted and go a different way, but I feel like it's got to be one of these three or characters are just going to start dying. And so the first one I think is the obvious one, that Noelle, when she stabs through Vonica and Megicula, that she's going to have some form of like new trait to her abilities unlocked, maybe something that she was developing over the course of the time skip, because we don't even know if she's got any new spells since the 6 months. But I think that she'll definitely have to have something weird about her power that that could affect a devil. She's got to have something that will make her able to contend with the fight against Vonica and Megicula, because we know eventually she's going to have to actually beat Vonica and Megicula at some point near the end of this war with the Spade Kingdom, when the fights actually go down to where the Dark Triad have to lose. And I think this would be a good time to just kind of like preview it early, and maybe there's just some kind of like it's some incident with her power that causes Vonica and Megicula that they have to retreat, not lost, but they're gonna have to just pull back for now. I can see something like that happening as just like the most straightforward way, and I'd be okay with it. I think it'd be good. It'd be good setting up stuff for later, as well as the interactions between Megicula and Vonica. I think would be beneficial to what's going on in the arc, for there to be a reason more to their interactions later. And the other two, I can see they're essentially the same thing. It's just different in who shows up. One is Gaja shows up to help, and the other is Noelle shows up to help. Noelle showing up is the least likely, I'd say, out of these three, but it's a possibility. When it comes down to each of the Dark Triad fights at the moment, it looks like they're gonna have one of the main cast and like their more senior person fighting against said individual. Like you have and I would assume William against Xenon. You have Asta and Yami against Dante, and then I think it will either be Noelle and Gaja or Noelle and Noelle against Megicula. And I feel like Noelle would be better because obviously the ties of Megicula and Vonica leading to the death of his mother, it would make sense to put him in there. Plus, I think it would be cool to see like what he's capable of since the time skip. And if you have a scenario like, Noelle kind of like is unlocking some trait to her magic to where like she was actually able to wound Vonica and Megicula, and they're like were damaged, and then you have like time skip Noelle show up, and he's strong, but the only reason that he's able to kind of like push these characters is because like they were injured beforehand, they were already trying to kind of pull back, he was just here trying to flex on him, get him out of the way. I think something like that would be perfectly fine, fully acceptable. And again, I mean, like, is anyone going to complain about seeing like one of these other captains, like, and what they're capable of since the time skip? I mean, William got completely off-screened, but we saw Yami, and we saw how powerful Yami's been, and especially like Noelle. I think Noelle, out of all the captains that were likely to get like way stronger over the time skip, it was going to be Yami, because Yami obviously like had some breakthrough with Monozone and stuff. Marileona, because she suffered like a big loss, and she's probably going to want to get way stronger than that. And Noelle, because he's going to have fallen behind his rival, Fuego Leon, because he's got the Great Fire Spirit. It just would make sense of why he would want to push himself drastically, as well as obviously like almost losing his family members that he still had, and seeing Noelle get stronger. It would make sense of why he would want to push himself to become way more powerful. So I can see it going one of these three ways. Like I said, it could easily be something different, just because Tabata is the one in charge, and like I said, he can just do anything he wants. But I feel like if it's not one of these three, then characters are going to start dying, because otherwise,
what's going to stop Megikyo and Vonica from just, starting to just kill characters? And especially with her Dark Disciples as well out there fighting, members of the Clover. And I don't see if she doesn't get at least pushed back to where a situation where she has to leave, I don't see how characters are going to live. But anyway, other than that, though, comment below. Tell me your thoughts about this and tell me, where you think things are going to go. I think a Nozel combo would be really cool. I think it would be really nice just to see him kind of like show up and present and fight. And plus, even though we're over 250 chapters in a series, we haven't got a lot of his character, like in terms of combat. Like we haven't got like a long like Nozel fight. We've only got a handful of his spells too. Well, anyway, other than that, comment below. Thumbs up the video from the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everybody's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.